excise tax rates for vapor products is compared relatively lower than the cigarette if you based on per puff.
So are you
Mr. Chair.
proposing that we unify them?
It's better, Mr. Chair, because that
So-
would at least ma-equalize
So para,
po yung
para
nawawala.
sila 60.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So para sila 60.
Yes,
Sa
Mr. Chair.
tanggalin natin yung Nick Salt at saka yung freebase.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So bastang vape, it's 60 pesos
Yes, Mr. Chair.
per Nick Salt. Per
Malaki rin
per
po
ml.
yung naging so for the collections in 2022 that's 145 million, 23 361 million, and for 2024 for the period January to November, the total collections is at 1.3 billion, Mr. Chair.
Are you okay with banning importation of cigarettes and vapes? So anything out there, it's without your is smuggled.
Well, that's what's currently if you don't have the stamps, then that's illegal, Mr. Chair.
Illegal,
That's,
but not smuggled. Therefore, I'm saying that anything out there, if there's an import ban, then anything out there is smuggled.
Because most of these vapor products are really
Well, I
imported.
cleared it with Jet Maranilla. There is no WTO restrictions with respect to these types of products, only for commodities where we will be subjected to DSB or dispute settlement boards. Kung sigarilyo daw, hindi yan, it's not a matter for DSBs under the WTO. So any import ban, or would you rather say that we put a provision on the illicit trade, because we are now, I'm really sorry. Can you just introduce first? I'm sorry. Can we hold muna para we're discussing things already in the proper perspective. We are now in receipt from the committee of your committee, APRO, of the substitute bill for the illicit trade. So can you mention the name, the title? Ikaw. Palipat-lipat ako. Hindi, kasi sabi mo, tanungin ko siya sa illicit.
Sir, yes sir. A numbered substitute bill to House Bill number 10329 entitled An Act Strengthening Administration of Excise Tax on Tobacco Products, Cigars, Cigarettes, Heated Tobacco Products, Vapor Products, and Novel Tobacco Products, amending for the purpose the National Internal Revenue Code of 1997 as amended, authored by Representative Salceda, Kimbo, and Reyes, sir.
Okay. So, you're okay with an import, allowing the President to impose an import ban na lang? Or for the law to impose an import ban on cigarettes and vapes?
Well, Mr. Chair, that's I think a policy issue which
Siyempre, ang pinaka-policy natin is less smoker and less vapors. That's number one. And controlling supply will be very important. And then controlling making it inaccessible by price is another one through taxation. So, definitely ang outcome dito is less smokers. And therefore less cardiovascular, COPD, COBD. So, I mean, that is the total. It's not about the revenues. The revenues is secondary. We're just presented here where, just like the prohibition, the best way to lessen drinking is by taxing. So because if you just ban smoker, it won't go anywhere. So it's up to me.
yes, Mr. Chair. But I think in terms of administrative work, it would be easier for us if there's an importation ban.
Then you will be first border if it's a cigarette, not customs. You will be the first border. Just like DAI is now first border for all agricultural products, DAIE. Okay. So, okay na tayo na 60 pesos per ml sa vape. At saka wala nic salt, saka wala ng fee-base. We'll take out that differential. Per sa pack of cigarettes.
1 ml equivalent to 1 pack?
Actually, 1 ml is bigger than 1 pack.
I mean, yeah. What's the equivalence, right?
10,000 pops. Ang isang
There be some kind of a determination as to...
mahirap
more or less.
May-
It's difficult to implement.
Eh yan, vapor yan katabi mo. Nagbi-vape ka pa ba? Hindi na.
I mean, I guess that...
Nakakailang pops ka sa isang ml. Di ba? Ang dami-dami-dami.
Hindi ba dapat may ganon? Kasi baka in the end, may distortion pa rin because relatively, one may be relatively cheaper than the other, di ba? Because what you want to do is to...
We cannot make that right now. It's relatively not feasible to compare the number if it's on a tax per pop basis.
No, kasi right now, because of the tax, it's relatively quote-unquote cheaper, right?
So
Vaping.
yes.
On the basis of the tax regime.
Yes.
And we're seeing that there's a lot of shifting.
Yes.
Diba? So what we're trying to do is minimize
that's
that.
not just shifting, but gatewaying.
Correct. So what we're trying to do is minimize that by increasing the tax or making it more uniform.
We're trying to increase the price for the gateway.
Correct. So in addition to that, the device, the vape, I don't know what you call it.
Wala nang
Pasensya na.
device.
The vape device,
Yung delivery.
yes, is that taxed? It's not, right? I mean, it's just normal tax, right? So, magkano yun? If it's imported, it's just a normal tariff.
It was rejected before during the...
No, so I just want to know kung magkano. So, in short,
There's no tax, but we propose a 20% ad valorem tax on...
hindi ba dapat
on the-
pag-aralan din yun? Because that's really the entry, that's the entry fee, di ba? Kasi if you're to be initiated into smoking, obviously, you need to purchase
Problema,
that. Magkano ba yun? How much is a vape device?
Dati, okay yan. Ngayon, disposable na lahat.
Hindi, kaya nga, which actually, if it's
So,
disposable,
You really tax na lang.
no,
Yung
but if it's
content.
disposable, then all the more, it's actually, you're making the case for taxing it like a normal cigarette stronger, diba? Because it's more or less just like a traditional
Tinatawanan ka
cigarette.
ni Sharon kasi yan talaga praktisado. Alam niya na...
No, I'm looking at it from a public health perspective. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to.
Yes.
I mean, I have two issues. Like from a public health perspective, is to reduce smoking, right? And number
Yes.
two, from an economic perspective,
Correct.
again, to try to reduce itong nakikita natin na shifting and then one. So yon, those are the two things that we're trying to fix.
Yes.
So, I think dapat mapag-aralan kung ano yung dapat gawin.
Ilang pops ba talaga per...
No, I mean, before we go to the puffing, I mean, meaning the device itself, diba? I mean, kasi,
Stella,
especially if it's,
disposable nga siya.
no, yun na nga pa,
So,
but
hindi
more so because it's disposable now, baka yun ang kailangan mo rin patawan ng uniform tax, right? Kasi magkasama na.
Oo.
Yun na. So, yun na nga di ba? So,
Hindi ka talaga nag-yossi.
no, so what
Kung
I'm
sa sex
saying,
virgin na virgin ka.
no, but what I'm saying is that now is a tax base for the BIR, right?
Yes. I agree,
So
but
we are losing the opportunity for the BIR to collect revenues and from a public health perspective to reduce smoking. I'm just
I
saying for the
totally
record
agree.
that there is an opportunity for
Sino ba pwede
BIR
maglabas dyan ng,
to
ng isang bay
to make more money, right?
para maintindihan niya nito?
No, naiintindihan ko na ngayon. You don't have to do it. I'm
Okay.
just saying that we don't have to decide on it today, but
We
pwedeng
have to.
pwedeng pag-isipan kung
Ito,
hindi yun na nga kung yung mismong device
Pero to,
ay pwedeng But when you purchase it, do you purchase it separately?
no. You cannot use this if you don't have this.
Correct. But when you purchase it, do you purchase it separately? You purchase it separately.
Dati.
Oh, when you purchase it separately, then there's a
Okay.
those are two separate tax bases. So I'm just saying that for
Okay.
BIR, you
Propose it
might
now.
be able to make it's a potential tax base, and at the same time, for the DOH,
Do you have the copy of the bill?
yes. Anyway, yun lang po. I
Can
just
you
wanna
propose
say
that? 20% ad valorem tax on the carrier? How do yes. Finally, you can save me.
As a former member of this committee in the BICAM, it's because there's several types. No, you have ICOS. The main product there is yung bala, no?
Oh, yung
Not the device. You keep buying also for the others that you keep buying the pods. The main source of income, I think, are the pods, you know. But then there's that new device na disposable that you buy it as so it's a matter of how do you qualify that? How do you tax that? Kasi tama naman yung tax na yung pods talaga. These are the ones that
Do you think okay lang sa kanya yung we tax this? Okay, because the tax now is this one.
but yeah, correct. But it's
Not
just
this one. But most of the kasi ngayon is
Sir.
1 unit na siya. Oy, Cabreros, ikaw
out
magaling
there.
dyan. Anong tingin mo? Do we need an ad valorem tax on the carrier of, how do you call this? The device? The delivery system. Okay ka? May VAT na nga. Yung device daw may VAT na eh.
It's treated like a ball pen as a VAT, right?
Okay,
I mean,
you win. So we go back kasi you were here in the Senate, right? When it was debated, I was trying to propose 20% ad valorem on the device. Yeah, but of course there were other participants who said we'd rather focus on the yun. Sabi kasi nila ng industry, baka bumili ng pangit na device. Di lalo na pasama yung health. Hindi naman, sinasabi ko lang. Panalo ko na nga eh. Okay, so let's go to the floor with a 20% ad valorem tax on the device. If the device is separate. Can you language it? Yes, I've been trying to get Cabreros to say something. Sige na, ma'am. Gamitin mo na to.
Yes, yes, Mr. Chair, we will submit the proposal for the wordings. We just have to be clarified on the distinguishing the disposable ones with the units that needs the pods. Because the disposable one is a all-in-one unit and the liquid. And the other one is device with the pod.
So
The one
anong
you're showing, sir, is separate unit and the pods, and this is the pods that is being.
Yes. So what is your suggestion?
Yeah,
What is feasible for you? Of course, we already agreed that it is 60 pesos per pod. Kong Janet, you're recognized. Defend me from Stella. Janet.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
From a
Mr.
former
Chair?
health secretary.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Yes, I'm sorry, I'm out of Manila.
Out of
On
the country.
issue na yung, are you requesting me to comment on the issue nung
Yes.
they call it yung gadget?
And
yung
anything under the sun basta about vapes and cigarettes.
Okay. Ang naging trend talaga, nung naging mahal ang sigarilyo, plus, alam mo naman, the new generation, they would go by what is in. So, mas social ang dating nung nag-vape o yung nag-i-cigarette kesa dun sa sigarilyo. So, that's why bumababa rin yung excise tax. However, one of the problems is that we are not really that strict on vapes and e-cigarette. Kasi inakala nung karamihan na hindi siya ganun ka health hazard or toxic than the regular cigarette. But apparently, what's coming out on the studies, kasi nasa 10 to 15 years na yung mga gumagamit, meron nga tayong e-value which is quite worse than the COPD that we see in among smokers. Moving forward, mahirap din na maging sobrang mag-proliferate yung mga poor quality and hazardous gadget yung ilalagyan ng e-cigarette because the difference there is the filter. So the hazard on this young smokers is beyond description, especially so that there are a lot of unknowns as of this moment.
Therefore,
Therefore, may konting basis, somehow may basis yung sinasabi na if we tax the good ones, the quality ones, the acceptable ones, na yung carrier ng mga e-cigarette, yung ginagamit sa vaping, especially na karamihan ng gumagamit noon are students. Wala pang mga trabaho, yung iba talagang bagong trabaho lang. So mapupunta yan karamihan dun sa very poor quality, and the effect on health is something that is not yet proven but is projected to be worse than the regular cigarettes. That's why maganda rin yung issue na ang dami ring unknowns kasi dun sa ibang mga imported, lalo na yung mga nasa online. Marami dun ang maganda ang packaging, pero yung loob hindi talaga tested.
sabi okay na. Okay, thank you very much, Janet. We take that upon advisement. Anybody from the industries here? You want to say anything?
Mr. Chair, good morning. I actually have a prepared statement.
Okay, please do.
I'll read it as fast as I can. I already provided copies to the Secretariat.
Yung ano na lang, summary.
Oh, summary. Okay. The tobacco industry plays a vital role in the Philippine economy, supporting 41,000 farmers and producing over 39 million kilograms of leaf tobacco annually. However, this vital sector faces significant challenges due to the increasing prevalence of illicit tobacco trade. Estimates by Euromonitor suggest that by the end of 2025, 19% of the domestic market will consist of illicit products. In Mindanao alone, 51% of cigarettes sold are illicit, with some areas reporting rates exceeding 90%. Meanwhile, North and Central Luzon experience an illicit trade incidence of 12.8%, while Southern Luzon reports 5.4%. Alarmingly, the rate of illicit trade is increasing by 3 to 8% annually. Illicit trade thrives due to the availability of untaxed cigarettes sold at a fraction of the price of legitimate products. Legal cigarettes are up to 5 times more expensive than their illicit counterparts. This price disparity is fueled by illegal importers, manufacturers, and traders who evade excise taxes. As a result, untaxed cigarettes flood the market, undermining government revenue and reducing funds critical for public health programs and other government initiatives. The data shared by the BIR earlier, we concur with that data. It's accurate, Mr. Chair. Collection rates have been declining. In 2022 to 2023, there's a decline of 15.84%. And as reported by the Good Commissioner in today's hearing, there's a decline of 29.36%. I believe that the chairman himself estimated it at 60 billion about a few years ago, and it's proven already that 138 billion has been lost, well, at least from the targets. The PTI also highlights the rising prevalence of non-tax paid vapor products, which compounds the issue. These untaxed products further threaten the sustainability of government programs reliant on tobacco tax revenues. PTI is also highlighting that illicit tobacco trade created imbalanced and inequitable conditions against the legitimate tobacco industry. And aside from tax leakages, illicit trade undermines so many other government efforts. Minors have access to illicit cigarettes, to name a concerning example. We recognize and appreciate greatly the efforts made by the Bureau of Internal Revenue, the Bureau of Customs, the Department of Trade and Industry, and law enforcement agencies for the various enforcements, seizures, and closure of illicit factories and warehouses containing smuggled and untaxed cigarettes and vapor products. All these efforts have certainly slowed down the growth of illicit trade. However, there is more to be done. To address this escalating problem, the PTI respectfully suggests the following. Number one, revisit the current tax system to determine the optimal tax rate that will allow government to achieve its twin objectives of raising revenue and discouraging consumption of tobacco products without any unintended consequences.
Can you state that in a policy form? Are you suggesting a Laffer curve too?
Well, the good Congresswoman from Marikina did mention that the Laffer curve, for it to be objectively observed, there must be a raise in tax rates
Yes.
and a decline in the
No,
collections.
in short, that the incentive for illicit trade is because of the huge differential between the tax and, of course, a no tax. So are you suggesting, like the others who want a moratorium on the 5% increase? 5%.
Mr. Chair, respectfully, we leave it to the wisdom of Congress, and we will not object to a moratorium, as that would definitely give a chance for the legitimate industry to breathe from the bombardment of illicit products against the industry. And it allows the BIR also to focus on better tax collections.
Okay.
We also believe that a single rate be imposed for all vapor products.
Okay, I think there's already a consensus.
We also believe that the enforcement shall not only be the responsibility of the BOC, the BIR, DTI, and law enforcement agencies, but a whole of government approach concerning the LGUs and other agencies. So basically, it is observed, Mr. Chair, that the enforcement is done by the national government, but the local governments have not been moving against it. We also suggest that the Department of Agriculture recommend to the President to convene the Anti-Agricultural Economic Smuggling Council.
The new law.
Under the new law, Mr. Chair. We also suggest that the DOJ relentlessly prosecute illicit importers, manufacturers, and traders. I think recently there was a big blow in Nueva Ecija for the GB-BEM. If you remember, Mr. Chair, it was dismissed by the CTA for, I believe it was they did not accept the evidence. Has that reached the committee, Mr. Chair? So that's a big blow against the efforts of the government. We also recommend that the AMLC, the Anti-Money Laundering Council, also take an active role. As we all know, smuggling is covered activity of the AMLC.
It's a predicate crime.
Yes, it is a predicate crime. We also support an effective track and trace program.
It's
Please
in the
consider.
bill.
We also ask that the government
Thank you.
exert public awareness campaigns so that the public also understands the social and economic impacts of purchasing illicit tobacco products. The PTI remains committed to working with the government and other stakeholders to safeguard the legitimate tobacco industry and protect vital public funding from the growing threat of the illicit trade. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Any?
Yes, just
Yes.
quickly. Yes, on the single rate, so I believe so, yes, as you mentioned, Mr. Chair, I believe that there's a consensus on that. Going back to the debate earlier, so with respect to the situation where you have disposables, so kanina kasi ang pinag-usapan natin is why not 60 pesos per ml? So ang sinasabi ko lang po, Mr. Chair, is sa tingin ko, this is just my perspective, we need to be able also to think about
The
possibly
detachable.
taxing the device. Kasi
The
that's the entire, kasi if you were to compare smoking traditionally versus smoking non-traditionally, dapat tignan yun holistically, di ba? So, in the case of disposables, since disposable naman yon, baka naman potentially you don't have to tax it at 60 per ml. It could be less than 60 per ml if, no, it could be, no, I'm just saying, kasi equivalently, if you're to impose a tax on the device, di ba? Kasi meron kang i-attribute na tax on the device so that, I'm just saying, it's a matter of computing di ba? Para lang ma-achieve yung single rate. But I believe that at the end of the day, may consensus naman on the single rate. Ang tanong lang talaga is for the BIR to make that determination as to what that single rate is, considering dapat na, para sa akin, whether it's traditional or non-traditional, dapat makonsider yung the entire smoking experience Kasi parang for me, kung hindi mo i-consider yung device, parang, diba, parang it's as if,
Ipaparehas lang natin sa one pack of cigarette.
kasi parang I really
60
think that
pesos.
if you are not taxing the device, it becomes much relatively cheaper to vape. Yun lang, it's just
Pero yung bala, 60 pesos. One time.
no, especially dun sa disposable, right?
Yeah, but we are willing to accept as far as practicable that you impose 20% ad valorem on the device.
Basta kailangan lang ang
If it's-
BIR, Mr.
If
Chair,
it is
ang
distinguishable or whatever. Give me a word.
basta
Oy,
kung pwede lang, Mr. Chair,
Cabreros,
i-compute ng
anong
BIR.
word yan? Sige na.
Sir, mag-submit kami ng study kasi even dun sa structure ng tax code, then we have to also look into the aspect na yung title is about tobacco and tobacco products. So yung device is hindi na yan tobacco, hindi na rin yan tobacco product.
Hindi
So
na.
another subtitle.
No, we
is-
will change the title to
Yes.
an act amending
Kasi ika-classify siya.
293, 294, 295.
Or another title na sub-classification
No,
paraphernalias.
precisely. We will change the title that
Yes,
will
po.
include, that will allow us to do that. Yeah. Pero okay ka? 20% ad valorem on the tax device, on the vape device. Ngayon mura. 500, 600. Yes. No. Puffs? Oh, Jesus Christ, 10,000 sometimes. That is the equivalence that we were looking for. Right now, it's only, magkano nga tayo sa freebase? 56 per 10 ml. Tapos dun sa Nixol? 50. So, ang ginagawa natin, nialis na natin yung Nixol sa freebase into 60 pesos, just like an ordinary cigarette.
So, Mr. Chair, itong 500, itong mga disposables na cheap, ito po ba yung sinasabi nilang inferior quality?
Cannot say they're inferior.
Yun na nga eh. I mean, of course, I understand na ito yung another issue, but
Pag nakakita ka na ba, mas sexy sila actually. Yeah.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
just for the record, the PTI is not in favor on taxes on the devices, ad valorem tax on the device. It already is covered in the 12% back for that one.
yes, but apart from that, I mean, what is
Na parang mga nagwi-wave. Yeah.
so what is okay, if you think about the total cost of smoking, what is the share of that device in the total cost of smoking? Has anybody estimated that?
Magkano ba yung hawak mo?
Mr. Chair, nasa 250 ata to, Mr. Chair.
So yung
Pagka
device is 300.
The device, yung yung pinapakita nyo kanina, Mr. Chair, nasa mga 800 ata yan, Mr. Chair.
800. So makes sense to impose ad valorem tax.
Yung kanina sinabi mo, Mr. Chair, may value-added tax na po yan, Mr. Chair.
Ito.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Kasi that is sold separately.
Yeah, I know. So we put an excise tax too. Mahirapan ba kayo kung mag-excise tax tayo sa container? Baka gamitin kasi para for other things. No, I'm joking.
Actually, Mr. Chair, we're amenable to that. Siguro in terms of
Okay na.
ano
20%. Uy. Okay na si Commissioner. 20% ad valorem tax on the device. Tapos 60 pesos per pod per 10 ml, per 10 ml. Who else are here from the tobacco industry? Can you raise your hand? Or are you from the health advocates? Puro walang health? Is AJ around? May favorite? Sinurrender niya na ako. Christine, are you around? Mian? Christine,
Yes, Mr. Chairman, Zoom.
can you run down your proposed amendments?
Okay, Mr. Chair. And good morning to the chairman, the members of Ways, and all guests that are here today. So on the amendments to the unnumbered substitute bill to House Bill number 10329 regarding anti-illicit tobacco trade. Number 1, on the title of the bill, delete the phrase strengthening administration of excise tax on after the word act and replace it with to prevent illicit trade of, and add the phrase and for other purposes. After the word amended, the title of the bill shall now read as an act to prevent illicit trade of tobacco products, cigars, cigarettes, heated tobacco products, vapor products, and novel tobacco products, amending for this purpose the National Internal Revenue Code of 1997 as amended and for other purposes. Number 2, on the second paragraph of Section 1, Declaration of Policy, insert the phrase prejudices legitimate law-abiding businesses after the word products. On the third paragraph of the same section, insert the sentence, the state also acknowledges the need to protect legitimate businesses in order to ensure prompt and proper payment of government taxes on tobacco products. After the word products, Section 1 shall now read as follows. Section 1, Declaration of Policy. It is the policy of the state to strengthen tax administration and minimize revenue losses resulting from trade of illicit tobacco and related products, thereby promoting sustainable economic growth through a whole of government and whole of society approach. The state recognizes that illicit trade increases accessibility and affordability of tobacco and related products, prejudices legitimate law-abiding businesses, undermines regulation, especially excise tax measures, and causes significant losses in government revenues. The state acknowledges the need to develop scientific, technical, and institutional capacity to plan and implement appropriate measures to mitigate all forms of illicit trade of tobacco and related products. The state also acknowledges the need to protect legitimate businesses in order to ensure prompt and proper payment of government taxes on tobacco products. Number 3, insert a new section for amending the tax rates of tobacco products, heated tobacco products, and vapor products under Section 144 of the National Internal Revenue Code, NIRC of 1997, as amended, which shall read as follows. Section 144 of the National Internal Revenue Code of 1997, as amended by Republic Act Number 11467, is hereby further amended to read as follows. Section 144, Tobacco Products, Heated Tobacco Products, and Vapor Products. A. Tobacco Products. The rates of taxes imposed under this section shall be increased by 4% every year thereafter, effective on January 1, 2014, through revenue regulation issued by the Secretary of Finance, provided that the increase in the rate of tax imposed under this subsection shall not apply for the period effective January 1, 2026 until December 31, 2026. Provided further that the rate of tax under this subsection shall be increased by 4% beginning January 1, 2027 and triennially on every 3 years thereafter. B. Heated tobacco products. There shall be levied as assessed and collected on heated tobacco products an excise tax at the rate prescribed below. The rate of tax imposed under this subsection shall be increased by 5% every year effective on January 1, 2024 through revenue regulations issued by the Secretary of Finance, provided that the increase in the rate of tax imposed under this subsection shall not apply for the period effective January 1, 2026 until December 31, 2026. Provided further that the rate of tax under this subsection shall be increased by 5% beginning January 1, 2027 and triennially or every 3 years thereafter. Vapor products. Vapor products. There shall be levied access and collected on vapor products containing any liquid substance regardless of nicotine content, including nicotine-free liquid or any similar product, whether classified as nicotine salt or salt nicotine or conventional freebase or classic nicotine, an excise tax at the rate of 40 pesos and 95 centavos,
Christine.
40.95
Christine.
per milliliter or a fraction of effective immediately or upon the effectivity of this act, and to delete number 1. Do I have to mention the deletion words?
I know the deletion.
Ah.
Pero Christine, 60 pesos na agreement dito.
Okay, so because of what was discussed earlier, parang I heard 60 pesos was being discussed. So based on the final computation,
And
to
a
amend it.
20% ad valorem tax on the
Yes.
device.
And then to delete everything
Yeah, of
mentioning January 1, 2020 until 2023. So the rate of tax imposed under this subsection shall be increased by 5% beginning January 1, 2027 and triennially or every 3 years thereafter. The implementation of Republic Act 10351, I'll just explain a bit, otherwise known as the Sin Tax Law, may be considered highly successful, with the Philippines achieving its twin goals of lowering consumption and increasing revenues. From 2019 to 2023, the government collected 769 billion versus 532.5 billion from 2014 to 2018, while steadily decreasing consumption. However, we've seen the steady decline of government collection from tobacco excise tax, severely impacting government revenue. This decline in government revenue may largely be attributed to the continuous rise of cheap, smuggled, and non-tax paid tobacco and vapor products. From 2021 to 2023, the compounded decline amounted to 41 billion. Collections are expected to further decline versus last year, so we are looking at an accumulated decline of 46 billion. This much-needed funds, had it been collected, should have supported universal healthcare development of farming communities. In order to continue to reap the benefits of our sin tax laws, excise tax rates must be revisited. We have reached the optimal tax rate in 2021, when our government collection for tobacco excise tax was at its highest with a collection of 176 billion. Unfortunately, since then, and despite yearly tax increase, we have seen the steep and continuing decline in excise tax collections, with 2023 recording only 135 billion, 15 billion less than the original target set for the BIR. While it is in the country's legitimate interest to impose and collect higher taxes to sin products, the increase in the amount of excise taxes imposed on registered cigarette products unintendedly resulted in the proliferation of illicit and counterfeit products due to their low entry point and affordability. A third-party study conducted by Euromonitor on the historical incidence of illicit cigarettes traded in the Philippines showed that the total industry volume of illicit trade in the country almost doubled from 10.4% in 2019 to 19.9% in 2024. Further, there is a loophole in our tax system which provides far different tax rates for vapor products depending on the nicotine type. As a consequence, taxpayers may declare their products as free-base nicotine vapor product to avail of the lower rate of 63 pesos per 10 ml as compared to the nicotine salt vapor product rate of 54.60 per ml. The distinction between salt nicotine and free-base or conventional nicotine under Republic Act number 11467 no longer is a valid basis. In addition, a basis taxation principle provided similar products should be taxed similarly. To address the issue of misdeclaration of vapor products, we propose to amend the tax rate in Section 144C of the NIRC to single rate for vapor products, whether nicotine, salt, and freebase, of 40.95 ml, but then it will be changed to 60 pesos as discussed earlier.